So here is a video that involves some stretching of the hips. And so starting off in downward dog, I'll step that right foot forward and really sink in the hips here. So notice I lift up some just to get a little release and then sink again. Notice that the chest and the face point forward. So you're opening here. Stay open in the body. And then we'll pull it back to a downward dog. If that's too intense, you can drop down to the knees to switch sides. But then we'll take the left foot to the top. Same thing. When you sink, open those shoulders, shoot the heart forward, point the nose forward, feel the body sink. And breathe through this. And then again, we'll pull it back to that downward dog and just hold it for a moment here. If you need to lower down to your knees, please lower down to the knees. Just get a little stretch in the back of the legs. Then we'll take that right foot back to the top. So I will be so honest here. I got a little confused with what I was doing, trying to figure out what elbow goes on the inside and which one doesn't. Notice I switch a few times, but that's what yoga instructors go through. Trying to figure out, wait, what's my left from my right? All right, so here we go. Both hands are on the inside of the leg. And so that right hand will come behind the head and the right elbow taps down to the ground and then we open it up. So this is just a little added benefit. We're not only getting the hips here, but now we're also working the spine, working the shoulders, working the back. This feels really, really good. And then to add some mobility here, we'll walk it to the back instead of pulling it back to that downward dog. And then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So now left foot is at the top, left elbow goes down to the ground and then open up. Take it back down to the ground and open up. And again, breathe here. Really feel that stretch, that openness in the body. And if the elbow doesn't make it all the way down to the ground, that's perfectly fine. Just tuck it on the inside. So mobility, again, we're going to walk it back to the top. This time, right foot is at the top. That left foot steps forward just a little bit. So we're in pyramid pose here. Both legs are straight. If you can fold into that front leg, fold in. I like to lift my toes up off the ground and just kind of shift back and forth. We'll walk it back to the back again. Same thing, pyramid pose. Take this as deep as your body needs today. Both legs are straight. If it's too intense for you, use some blocks under the hands so you're bringing the floor up to you. And then we'll go back to that downward dog. Get a nice stretch, release here. Breathe here. And then bend in the knees. We'll step that right foot back to the top. Both hands come on the inside. So I'm releasing the left leg, release the toes, and this front knee is dropping out to the side, and then I'm bringing it back in. So we are really getting deep into the hips, that IT band, a lot more here. Even the ankles are getting a stretch here. So if you can, drop it down to the forearms. This may be a little intense. And again, use a block, use a pillow wherever you need it. And if the forearms are too much, then just stay on the hands. And we'll drop it out a few more times. That really feels good on that IT band. And then mobility, we'll walk it to the back and we'll do the same thing. Now the left foot is at the top. Right knee releases, right foot releases flat. Drop that knee out. So the IT band on my left side is a little tighter, so you'll see me doing a little bit more movement through this, really trying to release it. But whatever feels best in the body, whether you just hold it and breathe or whether you add little movement to the body and then back to those forearms if it's comfortable for you. And breathe. Good. I'm dropping it out one more time. Really get a deep stretch. And then bringing it down to all four. A little sit back in child pose. Breathe here. Let the hips release. And then sink it just a little deeper in this child pose. If you want to add your spinal waves, you can. This is just something I like to do every time I take a child pose. But I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, this is your go-to for just a quick hip opener. Breathe through it and enjoy it.